Hey everyone. I'm still new to this, and one thing I've realized is that I often think to myself, I have to force myself to go and work. But I tried to make something a few days ago in this mindset, and it was all in vain because I wasn't patient. It wasn't coming from a place of excitement and interest and love or anything like that. And I've realized the most important thing about what makes a painting good, not necessarily the end product, but what makes the process of painting good for me is that when I'm looking at something, I look at it and then I look back to the canvas and I make a mark with the color and the texture and the shape and the movement that I've just seen. It's like I'm in a meditation with what I'm looking at, and I see that that's what Van Gogh does. That's what Monet does. Artists with different styles. It doesn't mean you have to have the same style, but I can't go out and look at things and just scribble whatever I want. I'm not actually in conversation with the thing then. And I've realized that being in conversation with the thing is actually where the work is. So yesterday I took my sketchbook. I'll show you. So I made this, and I don't know if you can tell, but I got lazy and complacent where I just started to be like, whatever, there's too much going on. I'm not going to do all of it perfectly. And I was like, I moved on from this and I was like, no, I need to not be complacent. I need to actually look at what I'm doing. Everything here is what I saw. And so it looks much more put together and much more, full of life than this. This just looks like a representation of something. This has that life in it. And so then I decided, okay, I'm going to sit for 3 hours. The thing about this is that, again, I was in conversation with what I was looking at. And everything, every color, every mark is exactly based on something that I was seeing. And so that's what makes this, to me, a good painting. What is that?
It's CNS. I just realised you painted the pigeon house. It's a letter from Joanne.
Oh.
And I've never seen that picture.
Oh.
You were painting the pigeon house.
Like looking at the pigeon house, that's it right there.
I think so.
That's cool. Oh, you want to take it?
Oh, do you want it? No?
I can put it on my desk.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just so sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm off. Just arrived at the spot from yesterday. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. I think it's a great subject, and actually I used to play here as a kid. This is in my elementary school field, and we used to make like little houses under here. We would put like the sticks down and we'd go hide in there. But I think it's a very interesting subject with a lot of personality and character. Okay, I'm gonna go find what to do now. This owl and I have been looking at each other for like 20 seconds. How does it seem so human? Hey, buddy. Hi. Such a human face. It is a bird with a human face. It's looking at me again. And it just blinks like it has like human eyes. That's unbelievable. I bowed to it. I didn't know what else to do. It's like mythical. You're looking at me. Bye. Wow. Okay, this is where I'm stopping. So enchanting. All right, I want to do an update because I'm struggling to actually get into it. Like, I want to be in that state that I was describing where I'm looking and then I'm putting it there. I haven't done that once. Not one of these lines had that energy in it because I can't see it yet. Like, I can't see what I'm doing. So I'm trying desperately to just put the basic colors there so I can at least see it. Like, so it can meet me halfway. I can't I don't know how to describe this. It's almost like I have to have faith that it's there, but I don't have faith that it's there yet because I'm not convinced yet. So I don't know what the first step to take is, so I'm basically just putting the base colors down so at least I can look at it and be like, oh, okay, I see what I'm doing now. Now let me take it to the next level and make it have some power. Like this should not have taken me an hour. I'm still like figuring out the painting. All right, I had to resort to just blocking out the shapes. Like that tree right there, you see that? Because I literally still couldn't see what I was doing. This has been super humbling because I did not think that it could be this hard. Okay. I think I'm gonna do something that I never do, which is start over. Because I feel like I started this trying to make it perfect and trying to do it the perfect way. I think I'm gonna do it. So for some reason, do you know what I mean? The brush just won't work the way you want it to work. You're not gonna make something that you like because you keep hitting a wall because of the way that you started it. Okay, let's see what happens. So yesterday when I was doing the study of the tree roots, I was doing that thing that I'm describing where I'm taking what I see and making it real on the canvas by being true to its colors and being true to its form. But here, I'm finding it so ridiculously hard to be true to the color and form because it's so much more complex. All of these little lines and colors, but I know that it can be done. I just can't do it. Trying to make marks with colors that make sense, but still I feel like I'm not connected to this at all. I'm starting to think that this is impossible because just as I turn on the camera, the light all came back on, but then 30 seconds later, it'll be completely dark again because the clouds keep going by and changing the light completely. Like every color that I put on, it's just like a guess. I'm just like, whatever. Maybe it's this, maybe that's right. No, it doesn't look right. I'll fix it. I've been sitting here for over 3 hours and not once have I felt connected. This is literally why I came. It's just not happening. I can't be discouraged. So much to learn. It's not like a fun thing that I say. I'm literally in the process of serious learning. Sake, like, please. Anyway, I'll come back later and do it again. And hopefully it'll be different. I don't know what I just learned, but I had to have learned something because I sat here for so long. Like, you can see that there's some sense being made, but like, you can see there's some sense being made. And this second painting that I started a bit better than the last one. But even so, there's like such a low connection between each mark I make with what I see. I think part of it is because the light kept changing, so I kept getting confused and the color relationship kept changing. But also it's just me. Like, I think I got so tired also that I just started to get lazy. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to learn how to get into that feeling. Like, what do I have to do on the canvas? What mindset do I have to be in to get into that flow where I'm seeing things, I'm finding something that makes sense, and then I'm putting it down in a way that is exactly how I see it. And then as things progress, everything is just making sense and enhancing everything around it and, you know, vibing. Gonna walk home. It also makes me think of one of the questions that I have to be asking myself always, which is, why am I painting? Why am I even doing this? What is the point of this? Because if I make something that's bad, it almost feels impossible to make something that's bad, which is why making something that's bad feels so horrible. Because it's like, if I love what I'm doing, if I'm doing it for a reason, how could it possibly fail? Okay, upon a little reflection, I love this, by the way, because I can actually talk to myself. Upon a little reflection, here's some things that you need to do differently next time. I forgot to bring my sketchbook. Making a drawing of the thing first is so important for me at this stage. I need to be doing that. It helps me get into the painting. It helps me actually absorb what it is I'm going to do before, so that when I start to do it, I'm in a better place to make it as good as I can make it, and get straight into it. Second thing, my palette has got so crowded and there's so much dried paint everywhere that I have these like little circles of colors that I've already made, and some of them are still wet from yesterday or the day before when I was painting, that I actually have a very, without realizing it, I'm realizing now, I have a very limited like number of colors that I make, and if I try to make something else, it'll get diluted or it'll mix with something else. So I subconsciously am discouraged in being diligent with making the right color. Like, I literally have, my palette doesn't have enough space for me to make new colors, so I just think, oh, that's the closest one, that's fine, that'll be fine. But it's not, because a bunch of mediocre decisions ends up with a mediocre painting, and then I get discouraged, and then I make even more mediocre decisions. I need to start out choosing the right colors and respecting what I'm doing. So I think when I go home now, I'm gonna clean my palette. I haven't done it yet. Okay, let's go. I'm back in the woods. Already, I mixed a color that I took time mixing, and I'm putting it on in a way that feels more free and more connected than yesterday. So I think I'm off to a good start. New update. I'm basically just slobbering on colors, just pure colors. I'm just going in between red and blue mostly right now, because I was getting bored and I can't stand being bored. I want to see the thing actually coming through quick, and I just want to paint quick, and I just want to use whole colors. I don't want to spend so much time thinking about what I'm doing. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so it's at the place right now where it has the main colors that make sense to me, and I'm just putting down dabs of isolated color to make it sing. So right now it's actually fun, and like, I'm excited to finish this. Taking a stand-up break because my back is killing me. I love stepping far away from it and being like, yeah, that looks like something. Ultimately, that's the kind of painter I am. I prefer if it looks better when you step back and look at it. I don't really care what it looks like right there, sloppy and whatever. I care what it looks like right there. It's going well, and the colors are like making sense. Like, every time I put a new color on, I'm encouraged, and I see it, and I start putting it in different places, and it just brightens it up and makes it look better. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna wrap it up. My back is actually in a great deal of pain, and I'm starving, and I think I need to get comfortable with like saying, okay, that's that, and then coming back with it, or working on it in the studio, or, you know, just the point of it really is to learn, to study. Very incomplete, but I don't know. I'm at the point in my career where what I want to do right now is I want to learn. I think I'll end the video here, but I was gonna release this yesterday, just yesterday, and call it failure or something. But I think this is better that I came back. I want to do things that excite me. That's my main marker for how worthy this is to do. I want to paint things that excite me. I want to paint them in a way that excites me. And I want to get that feeling when things are just flowing and working, and I know that it's good, and I know that it's me. And I got that feeling a little bit here, which is good, because yesterday I didn't get it at all. And when you don't get it at all as an artist, or as me, it feels like I'm never gonna get it again. It feels like, what am I doing? But that's mostly the learning, which sounds weird because it feels like there's a long road to where I'm trying to get to, but which in some ways is money or success. But really the long road of where I want to get to is myself. What makes this a Sam Andrews painting? What makes this way of painting? What makes this subject? What makes, this message, this voice, this thing? So that's actually really my goal. So a day like today is good. A day like yesterday is good too. I guess that's kind of the point of this video. Days like that happen. I think I've learned that, maybe I already said this, it's better to paint for 1 hour after really reflecting and reconfiguring yourself and finding what it is you're excited about, rather than just throwing yourself into something new for 3 hours that you're kind of not sure about and you're like, whatever, I guess I'll just do this. Because it's just gonna be that same old, not working feeling again. Okay, actually I just finished the paint on my palette. And that's what I was looking at, by the way. Those two trees. And I did these two, you can see those two little ones right there. I just put those in the foreground to make it a little more interesting. It's kind of like a 1-2-1-2. Now I'm actually leaving. Gonna go pack up and go eat breakfast and lunch. Bye guys. The magic is happening. Like it's things are just making sense and just flowing, and it's so fun. I'll show you.